Noting papers allow the DSB to raise issues for informal consultation distinct from the formal consultation process via decision proposals. This is a summary of Noting Paper 351. The last consumer change date, LCCD, was introduced to the Market Settlement and Transfer Solution, MSATS, in November 2023. It captures the date at which a consumer became associated with an NMI, National Meter Identifier. Its intended use in the CDR is to allow consumers access to their energy usage data, covering the duration they have occupied the premises at which their usage meter is located. Data sharing limits defined in the rules apply. On 19th of March 2024, the Data Standards Body, DSB, facilitated a workshop with energy participants to discuss risks associated with using LCCD in the Consumer Data Standards, CDS. The risk assessment process was informal. The workshop was designed to help participants capture, classify, and prioritize risks. Goals included determining whether risks arose from CDR usage or from external factors, and identifying any additional controls required within the CDR. Workshop participants included retailers, Origin Energy, AGL, Red Energy, Simply Energy and Energy Australia, CDR vendors, BESA, the Australian Energy Market Operator, AEMO, and representatives from the ACCC, Treasury and the DSB. Participants identified 19 possible risks. The group then voted on the most important risks to address and prioritised 5 risks. These risks could be grouped under 3 key risk categories: risks related to exacerbation of existing harms, risks related to sharing of incorrect usage data, risks associated with the burden of setting the LCCD value correctly. The risks in order of priority as determined by participants are: family violence risk. Risk is that victims' behaviour and movements can be scrutinised. Data shared inappropriately when LCCD is wrong. Data related to incorrect consumer shared. Retailer compliance implication due to incorrect LCCD set by other retailers. Isolated use, in energy only, results in poor problem and risk understanding. Participants noted the risk of not proceeding with LCCD, which would impact use cases that rely on historical usage data. However, participants did not consider this a high priority risk. Based on the DSB's assessment, the risks identified in the workshop would not inherently be caused by the introduction of LCCD to the CDR. These risks are largely dealt with under existing non-CDR protocols. DSB's response to these 3 key risk categories include that the risks related to existing harms, like family violence, arise outside of CDR, are dealt with under non-CDR protocols, and are not unique or inherent to the sharing of LCCD in CDR. The risk of sharing incorrect data is a systemic CDR consideration as a result of existing industry practices and is not inherent to LCCD support in CDR. The burden of setting and managing the LCCD value is a data quality and privacy safeguard problem that retailers would be expected to address following the introduction of LCCD to the MSATs, and as such would not be inherent to the CDR supporting LCCD. No new or unknown risks were identified in the workshop. All risks have been noted previously in various forums, consultations and discussions. The risks discussed are due to existing non-CDR protocols and practices within the energy sector. Discussions and input on LCCD have been limited to data holders and CDR agencies. Further engagement with ADRs to evaluate the value of LCCD would be beneficial. There were no findings to indicate that further consultations on the use of LCCD in the CDR should not proceed. If you have an interest in these matters, read Noting Paper 351 for more detail. To comment on these matters, add your comments to Noting Paper 351. Thank you for participating in developing the Consumer Data Standards.